Hey everyone, Kyle Walker here. If you love cars, fixing things, or just want to understand your vehicle better, you're in the right place. I share hands-on tips, smart driving advice, and straight-up car talk without the fluff. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around till the end. You don't want to miss what's coming up. Let's get into it.
Every person is superstitious to some extent. Many sincerely believe in various omens, although they may not declare it openly. It would seem that what is so, if a black cat crossed the road to a person. Just at this very moment, the animal needed to pass exactly here. And for some reason, even non-believing people, as they claim, will prefer to bypass this place by another road. Motorists are a separate category. In the automobile world, there are their own special omens and superstitions. Just do not think that this is limited solely to the belief in the connection between a washed car and a sudden rain. It is worth looking at the most popular and common car omens and car superstitions. Superstitions related to buying and selling a car. Now on the secondary market, selling a car is not as easy as buying a good copy, despite the huge number of offers. In this case, there are special automobile omens and superstitions directly related to the sale or purchase of a vehicle. Let's start with the purchase. Here most often motorists talk about the following. Before buying, it is absolutely necessary to put aside a little money to then wash the auto. This will attract good luck and guarantee trouble-free operation of the car. Everything should be washed, including the car itself, your license, and a new set of license plates. It is better to buy a car from wealthy and successful people. Taking the car from them, you additionally attract positive energy. Program yourself for success and prosperity. If you do not know anything about the owner, it is better to sanctify the transportation, invite a bishop for the event. After cleansing the karma of the car, necessarily the car is thoroughly washed inside and outside. On the hood and roof of a new washed car is poured salt. This will save from accidents and traffic accidents. Some motorists, before getting behind the wheel of a new car, first go around the car 3 times in a clockwise direction. The first passenger of a new car must necessarily be a man, but a woman can bring bad luck. A similar omen is found among sellers. They prefer that the first buyer was a man. This promises profit. And in the case of sales, there are other automobile popular superstitions. If you are among such people, when selling your car on the secondary market, take into account the following. Be sure to make an internal and external washing, which will attract light energy and profitable buyers. Do not whistle in the car. Otherwise, you will not be able to sell the auto. Either cheat, or the deal in the end will not take place. Sincerely need to wish the new owner good luck. Not every driver believes this. It's everyone's personal choice. And there is nothing wrong or shameful about being superstitious. Going on the road. We would also like to separately consider some omens when the driver is going on the road on his car. If you have previously punctured a tire with a nail, it is worth removing it and saving it. Always keep this item with you at all times. Thus, the driver can save himself from repeating a similar situation. This is an amulet against punctures. Before a long road, the motorist should not shave. Another omen is that before a long car journey, washing the car is not recommended. This can bring various troubles on you. Despite a solid driving record, a motorist who is going on the road does not need to say some phrases. Therefore, tell your wife, children, friends, and relatives that it is not allowed to wish not to fall asleep at the wheel. Advise to be more careful and follow the rules of the road. Something of this will definitely happen. If the motorist has already started and left the house, but forgot something, you should not go back for it. This can turn away good luck. Before the trip is considered a bad omen to see somewhere or someone in the hands of an empty bucket. There are even such motorists who because of this omen decide to postpone the planned trip for some time, or at least wait 20 to 30 minutes. It is better to be a little late, but not to take any risks. Never hit or curse the vehicle. Try to restrain yourself as much as possible. If your emotions are caused by some events or unpleasant conversations, but the car is not to blame, your emotions may hurt the car. As a result, the car takes offense, does not start, breaks down on the road. It is better to go on the road during rain. Then the road ahead will be empty and safe. Never calculate in advance the time when you will arrive at your destination. It is especially important not to say it out loud. You will definitely not have time. Read also. Ways to return a used car to the seller. To some of the motorists, these omens may seem funny, silly, and meaningless. This is quite a normal reaction and attitude towards superstitions and omens. So is believing in them. Just respect the opinion of motorists and do not impose your position on them. Accidents on the roads. Another important point for any motorist is the desire to avoid involvement in accidents and not to get into an accident. On this account, there are also quite a lot of superstitions and omens. Let's consider the most popular and widespread among them. Do not put parts from a car after an accident on your vehicle. This can bring a similar situation on your vehicle. Largely because of this, some motorists prefer to buy new parts rather than use the services of car dealerships. To save money, but attract accidents to themselves, they do not want. You should not take pictures in the interior of the car, as well as on the background of the vehicle. It is said that such actions attract bad luck. For some reason, it is believed that it is impossible to go around the car from the front. It can only be done from behind. A common omen, the explanation of which there is no explanation. But to meet a funeral procession on your way is considered a good sign. Yes, it's a terrible tragedy of a man, but such are the omens. Not the best choice are numbers where there are 3 6s at once. And they do not necessarily have to go in a row. Such numbers attract unclean forces, and therefore the risk of getting into an accident increases. How much to believe in all this? Each person decides for himself. Other popular omens and superstitions. Let's consider a few more superstitions and superstitions, which are often talked about by motorists. If within the first month of buying a car there were many breakdowns and malfunctions, even non-serious ones, the car should be sold soon. No surprise there. When the car creates so many problems in such a short period of time, it is not even a question of omens, but of rational thinking. It's only going to get worse. If you pick up a stray dog, expect a fine. Also, a black dog crossing the road attracts a fine. In the life of crosswalks, though, we're talking about a cat. Not for nothing they say that the automotive world has its own omens and superstitions. Here, even the classic black cat has been replaced by a dog. But the meaning remains the same. Bad luck or a fine. You should not buy a car of green color. He is most often among the cars involved in an accident. Although statistics say a slightly different state of affairs. It is not recommended to wash the car in the yard of your own house. This will attract thieves to the car, and the car can be decorated. There is nothing wrong with having bird droppings on your windshield. On the contrary, it is considered a good sign that attracts wealth and success. Only be sure to remove the traces immediately, because if you leave the droppings, the money will leave you. And it is dangerous to leave feces on the body. The composition of feces contributes to the corrosion of paintwork. That's why you'll have to spend money on repairs. When buying a new or used car, it is usually required to buy a fire extinguisher, emergency sign, and first aid kit. Putting all this in the car, it is worth saying that these items live here and do not go anywhere. Popular omen. Conditioned by the desire to never face situations where a first aid kit, sign, or fire extinguisher may be needed by the driver. Each car should have its own name, preferably feminine and affectionate. This will make the car realize that it is taken care of, cared for, and loved. There is an opposite opinion that the car should be called by a man's name and communicate with him as a man. Who believes in what? The car largely reflects the state of the owner, as many believe. If the car is bad, there are some malfunctions, the motorist should go to the hospital and undergo an examination. You should not whistle in the car. It attracts the attention of traffic police officers. They will whistle and stop you and find a reason to write a fine. When you notice an inspector who wants to stop you, put the money in your left pocket. This way you will avoid a fine. You can't count money in the car. There will be those who want to deprive you of it. First of all, it is unscrupulous traffic police officers. Read also where and how the sale of confiscated cars is carried out. As you can see, omens and superstitions are really a lot. Some of them do not obey any logic and common sense. In others, you can find a quite logical and understandable explanation. In conclusion, superstitions and omens among motorists reflect a fascinating blend of culture, tradition, and personal belief. From the significance of a black cat crossing the road to the ritual of knocking on wood for good luck, these practices often serve as a way for drivers to feel a sense of control over the unpredictable nature of the road. Whether you choose to embrace these beliefs or view them as mere folklore, they undeniably add an intriguing layer to the driving experience. As you hit the road, consider how these superstitions might influence your journey, and remember to drive safely, regardless of what the omens may suggest.